Hey Mom, I was just gonna give you a little quick tour around the place. This is my May little garden tour. My yuccas are really happy right now. This tall yucca over here, it bloomed all month long. Unfortunately, all of the blooms got blown off the other night. We had a thunderstorm come through. So I need to crawl in there and get those out. That's gonna be fun. I had one of my antlers that the prime guy he drove under my gate and he didn't clear it, and he knocked off one of them, so I'm gonna have to replace that. We had quite a bit of rain in May, so the weather was great. It wasn't too hot, so everything's looking pretty nice. This is the star of the front yard, is this my little tiny mimosa tree with the mossy roses under it. Isn't that so pretty? So one of my friends gave that to me as a little tiny start, and it has really gone through the ringer, but I finally got it planted in the ground last fall, and it's doing really good. My little crepe myrtles are all leafed out, and I'm gonna have to start watering them, but they should start blooming pretty soon, and they will be gorgeous. My Bradford pear looks good. I finally got to do a full treatment for all of my trees for grubs, so that took forever. These trees look pretty good. So I have a new idea to put in the center, and I have to, I'm gonna get my friend to help me dig up the center flower bed. So I kind of was thinking about like a 30-foot diameter circle, and I'm gonna put my zinnias and some other things in there. Maybe some Mexican petunias and some nepeta and maybe some sage. So that's kind of a work in progress. So my labyrinth, I need to kind of set some of the stones in the ground too. So my front door, I did things differently this year for my front flower bed. I normally like to use the reds and more of the bright colors, but I have like really bad feng shui this year on my front door. So I'm using the whites to kind of cool the energy down. And that white really pops out. Like, I would not have thought that it would stand out as much as it does, but I really like it. So I have some of the begonias and some petunias, and then there's some sweet alyssum in the big water trough. So they're looking really pretty. I like it more than what I would have thought I would. But next year, whenever the feng shui changes, then I may, I don't know, may change it up again. My front flower bed up here is starting to come on with the hydrangeas. They're blooming. They're not getting real big yet, but they are blooming. They look so pretty. Look at those gorgeous hydrangeas. They have turned out to be one of my very favorite flowers. I'm gonna plant a lot more. I have a lot of little starts going with the limelight hydrangeas, and I'll keep you posted on their progress. But the limelights can take a lot more sun than these little guys. They don't like a whole lot of sun. My elephant ears are just starting to show some size. Right now I think they're later than they normally are. I don't know why, but it might be because it's been kind of a coolish year for us out here. My hostas they're really thriving. I've been putting treatments on them for those damn slugs, but gosh, it's hard to keep ahead of them. Over here I have my canna bed and more of my petunias. I don't have this pear tree flower bed fixed up yet. I have some things in there, but I need to weed around them and maybe put in some other things. I want to put some bee balm in there. I think that'll be really cool looking. And this little rose bush needs to be pruned up. These roses are looking pretty good though. My friend Elvira came over and she's been helping me a little bit with my yard and getting the roses kind of deadheaded. Man, those things take a lot of deadheading to keep them clean. My ferns look gorgeous. Look at this queen fern. They're so pretty. They're like one of my favorite. But I think I'm gonna have to tuck them back up into the shade. It might be a little hot for them. So this little guy, I think it's Chinese, it's either a Chinese mint or a basil. I can't remember, but I'm thinking it was a basil. And then, so here's a close-up of my sweet alyssum. This is the most fragrant flower planter. It's just so nice. The roses are so happy. I just had them fertilized last night. I've been fertilizing every 6 weeks, but I have another product that suggests every 2 weeks. And so I'm gonna try to fertilize them some more because they just, I don't know, they seem to be struggling quite a bit. So this flower bed is where I'm gonna get some zinnias going and some more of the bee balm in here. And I'm gonna spread out my Nepeta because my Nepeta is getting kind of like this sage right here is such a thug. I love it because it is gorgeous and the pollinators love it, but it is a thug along with this thuggy best friend here, the petunias. So I need to do some thinning so I can put in some of the bee balm. See, look at those. Aren't they gorgeous? I love them. I want a whole lot more of them. And then my little dwarf crepe myrtle is doing so good. So pretty. The cat's pajamas, Nepeta, they're doing really well. I'm gonna move them out a little bit so they have more room. And then over here, I'm gonna put some zinnias in this little corner too. I think they'll look cool. I have a lot of mint in here and I love the mint. It smells good. I think it looks pretty. It's a little thuggy too, but it's not too hard to move. So I put up with it. I had a little mini crepe myrtle in this flower pot that croaked on me. Man, I hated to see it go too because it was cute. So I put in this little hydrangea and I'm hoping that hydrangea will be happy in that spot. So over here I have my water gardens. I have quite a few and I've been growing up a lot of, I have my Louisiana iris in here and the gorgeous elephant ears. They're so pretty. And then I have some of the little tiny water plants, little pennies, and more of the petunias and iris. And look at this lily. It is so happy in here. And then that iris is just giant. So over here I have my little cat park. I'm kind of phasing it out because we're thinking about building a little shed for the motorcycle or doing something, but for right now I have just a few things in here. I have the Creeping Jenny and the caladiums. The Creeping Jenny is just so prolific. It's one of my favorite little water plants, but I have it potted in here, so I think it'll do okay. And then I have, what is that stuff? It's not, I can't remember. I have some mossy roses in there, and then just a few other mixed things. My Mandeville. And then I've got a cute little plum tree. I gotta go get my kittens out. I have to put them up when I go to the road because they follow me, and they are just way too adventurous for my taste. So my little bathtub flower bed is doing great. So happy in there. I have the pickerel, and I have mint, and there's no room for anything else in there. I need to kind of thin it out, but the roots are all grown together so heavy that it's hard. So over here I have my dahlias and my potato vine, and I've got some watermelon in the back. And then I have some cannas and Mexican petunias. I want to get something drapey for this corner, like maybe a potato vine. See how that does. My poor little buddleia died on me. I'm very upset about that. But I was watching another garden show this morning, and this lady on there was saying that her buddleias, some of hers died, and she said they do that like every few years. Like they'll do fine for several years and then they just won't make it through the winter, which is what happened. I don't know. It's in a pretty protected place, so I'm gonna go get my kittens out here. Look at those cannas. They're like 10 foot tall. They're gorgeous. Absolutely fabulous. They are such a hardy plant for me out here. They don't really require a whole lot of attention. Get my kittens out. Kiki, come on. Come on. I know. They're mad at me. I know, baby. It's okay. They were just in there for a few minutes. I hate to put them up during the day, but man, they get up down there by the road and they're just not afraid of anything. So this is one of my grow beds back here, doing really well. I have a hardy lily in there and just some more of the iris, and I have a little bit of pickerel that is trying to come on. Back here, this is a good sunny grow zone for me for the most part. Like right now it's got a little bit of shade, but gets a lot of sun. So I have my Midnight Magic cannas, have some tomatoes and some Brussels, and have some tiny tomatoes. They're so cute. And then some onions in there too. There is, you'll have to show Big Daddy his mare. There is Paige and Paige Lee on the far left. Can't see, I think I've got her. Yep, there she is. She looks so good. And then right here is, mine is the Hunter, is on the far right, and then Rahe's Sundance Kid is behind Hunter. They are living the life. Holy cow. Yeah, they've got We've got like a 10-acre grassy paddock. It's pretty lush right now. My oak tree's looking really good. I planted that sucker. When I got it, it was like 10 foot tall when I planted it. And now look at it, so cool. So this flower bed, I am going to work on dividing and thinning it out and putting some of those in the front flower beds. I have elephant ears in here, I have lilies, I have a huge amount of irises, and those are, I really want to thin those out so they have more space. I think they'll be happier. My little hostas though are so cute. Look at these little tiny elephant ears. Let me know if you want some of them, I'll bring you some. They look so cute. I have some sage. I have more lilies. They're just kind of slow coming up this year, which I think is really weird. So my little Vitex tree is just blooming like crazy right in front of me. My hostas are coming on. So I have, I've really been battling the snails, and I put coffee grounds out like almost every day, but I'm gonna have to maybe graduate to some Sluggo or something like that. I don't know. But I have, these are my Empress Woos. Got a little bloom on her. They smell so pretty. If you see any that you want some starts on, let me know. Got some sweet potato vine and some more sweet alyssum and little tiny begonias. And then here is my hanging garden of Lisa. This is her flower bed. Got a lot of ferns and sweet potato vine and hostas in here. It's looking really good. She needs to come over and give it her stamp of approval. This is her little coffee station when she comes to visit. Here's your frog pond. Look at that. I love that little frog spitter there. It just makes this pond just so much more lively. My little lily in there, I divided, and it's the first time I've divided that lily in probably like 3 years, and so it was massive. It weighed like 40 pounds when I drug it out of there. It took me forever to divide it, and so anyhow, I think I have 3 or 4 of them, but she's doing good. She was not happy for a while, but she has finally recovered, I think. But she was just getting so big that, anyhow, I have some beautiful pickerel in here. It's my little Harley. Hey, Baba. Is that good? They have clean water, but they like to drink out of this dangest places. Here's your little planter that you gave me with some of the pretty seed in. You're so cute. You just love attention, don't you, Bubba? Look at how big he's getting. He's bigger than his mama. I bet he's a 10-pounder. So I got it planted, my little Japanese maple, and she is loving life right here. She's so cute. I want more of these. This is a little buddleia, so can't wait for her to bloom. More of my pickerel blooming. They really love it right here, and the pollinators love this flower bed here. I have tons of bees and butterflies, hummingbirds like crazy. Love this area. Oh, I gotta show you the kittens. They keep me entertained. Look at that. Winona's. She's probably got a, yeah, the blue jays are fixing to light her up. You better leave their baby alone. There's Buck over there in the corner. So I wanted to show you this area before I go down the walkway. So I have my blackberries out here and my ginormous cannas. They absolutely are gorgeous. They make me so happy every time I look out here and see them. They're just huge, and I've kind of been battling some bugs in there too, but they're doing pretty good. My Midnight Magic cannas, I have them back here by the barn. They are not as happy. I fear they may need a little more sun. I don't know. I may just need to pull them out and repot them in that container. They might need some fresh garden soil. But this row of roses is doing really well. I mean, it is a lot of work too. All of these little are the irises down here. They're all the mini irises, and my goal is to get them, thin them out, and I wanted to drag them on down the other side of this flower bed. Just kind of continue this little swoop here in front of those. I haven't done anything under my plum tree. It's just a big hot mess, and I'm gonna have to get some guys to go in there and help me. I need to thin out. I have like a ton of little plum trees in there, but they're in the ground pretty good. So I'm gonna need some help getting them out of there. I don't have my fire pit planted yet. I'm gonna get something to put in there. It'll look really pretty. I want to get something to put in this vase too. Like a little tree of some sort. I don't know. I'll have to think of something. But anyhow, this walkway has been so nice. You can walk out to the barn, and I love it, and it's so pretty. Look at my guacamole hosta. I've got to go show you this. She is like one of my very favorite. Just loving life out here. And I divided her. I've got 2 pups over here. Look at those little cuties. So I have all my yard art out here by my little tiny peeps so that I know where they are. They're getting big enough that they kind of stand for themselves, but I have another little tiny one. Look at that little cutie. So tiny. Anyhow, I have to set some things up so Mike doesn't weed whack them down. And look at this little hosta's blooming. And all of the sedum over here is just really flourishing. Blooming, look at that bloom. It's so cool looking. My little dancing frog. And then this is one of the hostas that you gave me. They really kind of shocked coming over, and I divided them, but they're doing okay. They're like, see, this is one of them. They got chewed on a little bit, but I've been trying to keep up with the snails and the slugs so they don't get them. And then here's the third one. And then look at the sedum though, it's like just fabulous. All of that sedum is off of one plant that you gave me a long time ago. And then here's the elephant ears and more mint, and I have more pickerel and Louisiana irises in there. Get my mossy roses. They absolutely make my summer. Just love them so much. I love that color. My peony, I'm praying she will make it. And then I have my walkway on both sides with the sedum, and I have on the right side, I have my mossy roses. On the left, I'm not sure if I'm going to put mossies in here or not, but I'm going to put some more sedum down the side. They just make it so much more colorful back here. I have, these are some of my roses that I haven't quite figured out where they're happy yet. They're moving them around here and there. They've been blooming, but they're just a little bit struggling. And then I have my limelight hydrangea over here and more of the sage. I am trying to repot some of the, I don't think it's called autumn sage. I can't remember what it's called, but it's not happy right now, so I'm not going to show it to you. But look at this rose. It's one of my favorite. So I've kind of redone my patio up here. I have my rock roses, and then my horse trough, I have some cannas. I have some more cannas in the back. I was trying to hide my work zone because it's so messy. I need that canna to grow some more. And then I have more of the antique roses, and look at this mossy rose up here on the wall. The wall planters are just fabulous. I have sage in that far left, and then the mossy roses, and then on the bottom one I have potato vine. And then over here I have mint, and I have potato vine. I have more mossies. And the hibiscus, oh my goodness. Look at this one, Mom. Isn't it gorgeous? Absolutely gorgeous. So I have my little tiny olive tree. I think I need to get a bigger pot for her. My little olive tree. And that's like the only statuary I have is my little, well, one of my few, my little bunny. I love it. And then this is my white rose. Hides all my stuff back there. My elephant ears, and look at these. Look at this mossy rose, Mom. Oh my goodness. Look at this little fluffy thing. It's so fluffy. I looked up the variety, but I can't remember it right off. But every time I find them, I buy them. If I find them at the store, and I just watered this little sucker, and it's already not happy. Winona, Harley, about to have a throwdown. Y'all behave. So this is what keeps me entertained. Holy hound dog. They are so mischievous. Harley, you're such a beast. They're so cute. Can't help it. Oh God. It's hard to get anything done with him. I have my picnic table and my aloe vera bowl with some ivy. I love these little birdies. It's adorable. Dolly. Hi, Dolly, Dolly. I see you. Yes. Yes, Mama loves you. Yes, your Mama loves you. Hi, baby. Bucky boy over there. And then this is my favorite place in the garden. My water pond. This is where I have my margaritas at night, coffee in the morning. My fish are doing really good. I have my papyrus, I think that's what that's called, but that sucker has tripled since I planted it there. And then my little Japanese maple in here. And I have a water hibiscus back there on the left. And then I have more of the pickerel, and I have, look at my poppies. I can't wait for them to bloom. Some little ivies, and then look at this beautiful hydrangea. It's so pretty. It is gorgeous. She's kind of loving her life out here. And then my bug is, it's kind of, I think, slow. I'm thinking I need to go in there and just pull everything out and repot it, because it's, I don't know. But I have some parsley growing in there, and some garlic and dahlia, and some mint, and some little pennies, water pennies in there. Oh, I've got to show you these. These are really kind of like one of those things. It's a surprise, but it looks so pretty. I didn't plan those. I am going to put some mossy roses in there. And I have some of them planted. They're not quite established, but look at these gorgeous little pennies over here. Look how fat they are. And I really love how they, I have this moss back here, and then the little tiny pennies. So it's kind of a surprise. So I have my veggie bed over here, and I don't have it fully planted yet. I'm working on it. It's coming along. Have my bok choy and some alyssum down here. And then I have eggplant and peppers and squash. I need to get a few other things in there. But anyhow, look at this wall, the wall planter. I love all those wall plants. They really kind of make it come alive over here. They look so cool. That's my favorite Talavera, is the steer. It's like one of them. I have several. It looks so good. And then over here I have my kitchen garden area. Little herbaceous border. I've got some mint in here. I've got a few kinds of mint. I have peppermint, spearmint, catmint, and I have 2 or 3 kinds of basil in there, and some cilantro, some lemon thyme, some rosemary, and chive. So I really use my kitchen garden a lot. I like to cook with herbs. Anyhow, there goes that daggum UPS guy. It stays out of my driveway. You would think they could look at that gate and know they can't clear it. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed the little tour. If you see anything that you want some starts of, let me know. Love you. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.